Kilston is a quiet town nestled at the base of the ancient Adirondack Mountains, a place where every weathered storefront and creaking building seems to hold secrets passed down through generations. Long before European settlers arrived, the indigenous Mohawk roamed these lands. They believed that deep in the forest dwelled a gentle giant, a creature they called Bigfoot. To them, this guardian was not only a friend to man, but also a spirit of nature, entrusted with preserving the earth's delicate balance. Later, as Dutch settlers made their way here, the Mohawk forged an unspoken pact. No one would ever hunt this noble being, for disrupting it would shatter the harmony between man and nature. In Kilston, nothing much ever went wrong. Our town is so safe that there hasn't been a murder in over 20 years. The police are typically summoned only for the occasional domestic dispute or to issue a speeding ticket. My dad's job was easy, perhaps a bit boring. He'd been a police officer long before my brother Hersh was born. The monotony of it all only fueled his lifelong obsession with Bigfoot. He would eagerly entertain even the wildest inebriated hikers' reports of sightings. My father, Henry, was a dedicated officer and a relentless seeker of the truth when it came to Bigfoot. Although I often believed that creatures from foreign worlds might be visiting us, he dismissed my interest as a waste of time, even when I was convinced I'd gathered more evidence than he would ever consider. Every day at the station, he listened intently as locals reported strange footprints, eerie howls, and shadowy figures slipping between the trees. In the cramped evidence room, a map cluttered with red pins, each marking a first-hand report, dominated the wall. I still recall him patting it with conviction as he said each new report could be another piece of the puzzle, Asher. Our job is to serve and protect, and sometimes that means following every odd lead, no matter how unbelievable it seems. I never quite understood how my mother could show such patience with him. There was a quiet magic about her, a uniqueness that set her apart. My mother, Miriam, devotes her time to volunteering and directing plays at the local theater club. With the curliest hair and a playful twinkle in her emerald green eyes, she often narrates her every move in song. Hersh and I happily joined her endeavors. With every project, there was something new to learn. At home, our stately Victorian house, filled with antique treasures, softly creaking floors, and layered histories, bore testament to our diverse dreams. In a whimsical twist, Mom even turned discarded odds and ends into cherished treasures.
Then there's my older brother, Hersh. At 17, he is a sensitive, creative soul whose warm heart has long been intertwined with Sarah's. For years, they've spent entire afternoons cleaning up hiking trails, picking up litter, and confiding their quiet hopes for the future. One sunny afternoon, Hersh confided in me. I'm hoping to go to school and become a veterinarian. Acting is fun, but I'm looking for something more, something where Sarah is part of that future. Hersh's compassion is evident in the way he brings home injured field mice and birds. If his ambition is measured by his actions, then he's already well on his way to becoming an animal doctor. Sarah, with kind eyes shining with hope, has always embodied Hersh's promise for a brighter tomorrow. Their connection, a perfect blend of kindness and intelligence, has never made me feel like a third wheel. In fact, spending time with them was pure fun, and Sarah often felt like my own sister. In the weeks leading up to Halloween, our home buzzed with excitement and creativity. Hersh and I spent long afternoons in our attic workshop, a space cluttered with fabric scraps, paints, glitter, and every imaginable crafty supply. "Pass me that blue ribbon, will you?" Hersh would call as he carefully measured fabric for his intricate Bigfoot costume. I'd laugh, fumbling with vivid green material for my alien outfit, teasing, "Hersh, if you get too wild with that fur, Dad might think our mountain guardian needs to be put on patrol." Our laughter merged with the snip of scissors through fabric. Even Tonto, our mischievous dog, joined the fun, darting between piles of scraps, chasing scattered fabric, and occasionally toppling a can of glue. "Hey, Tonto, not the glitter," Hersh would exclaim, and our playful banter never failed to fill the room with warmth. Mom always lingered nearby, quietly watching over us. One afternoon, admiring our handiwork, she said with a proud smile, "You boys have outdone yourselves this year. These costumes are the best I've seen in ages. Every October, Kilston transforms into an enchanted realm. Lanterns light the streets, carved pumpkins beam from every windowsill, and the crisp autumn air carries the irresistible aroma of caramel apples and spiced cider. That Halloween, the local theater's grand costume party burst forth as a vibrant festival of sound, color, and light. The playhouse, adorned with makeshift drapes and handmade paper lanterns, swayed in time with upbeat Halloween tunes. I dressed as an alien, the kind I imagine might one day visit us if they hadn't already, decked out in green face paint, quirky little antennae, and shimmering silver gloves that made me feel as if I belonged among the stars. Hersh, paying homage to our town's mystic heritage, proudly wore his meticulously crafted Bigfoot costume. Every tuft of faux fur was arranged with loving care, a playful nod to Dad's lifelong quest and a tribute to the ancient Mohawk legends. Then there was Sarah. She looked breathtaking, like a woodland fairy princess. Clad in a green costume that shimmered with tiny hints of magic, her long blonde hair cascaded like a golden waterfall. As Hersh and Sarah danced under glittering lights, I overheard him whisper, "You look absolutely magical tonight, Sarah. Dancing with you makes me believe my dreams could come true." Softly, Sarah replied, "I love you, Hersh, or should I say, Harry Hersh, for tonight." Their gentle laughter and the silent promise in their eyes make the night glow like a jack-o'-lantern. We danced, indulged in one too many donuts, and for a fleeting moment, I wished Halloween came around more often. After the party's music and laughter faded, Hersh and I returned to our old Victorian house. Mom's tender kisses, soft whispered goodnights, and Tonto's comforting presence usually wrapped us in safety. But that night, in the quiet of our living room, an uneasy plan began to take shape. While Dad busied himself at the station, scrutinizing the latest Bigfoot sighting report with unwavering determination, Hersh's mischievous smile grew as he began peeling away layers of his meticulously crafted Bigfoot costume. Letting stray tufts of faux fur drift to the floor, he leaned in conspiratorially and whispered, "Let's give Dad the sighting he's been waiting for." I hesitated. "Are you sure this is just a prank, Hersh?" With a reassuring grin, he replied, "It's only a joke, Asher. Dad will get his thrill and we'll laugh about it tomorrow." Our property stretched deep into wild woodlands, where ancient trees and hidden trails still echoed with the sacred voices of the Mohawk. Dad had set up cameras among gnarled pines and beside secluded waterfalls, determined to capture every sign of the legendary guardian. Under a thin crescent moon, Hersh and I ventured quietly into the woods. I clutched Tonto's fur as we trod along a carpet of fallen leaves, my excitement mingling with an inexplicable dread. "Hersh," I whispered hesitantly, "are you sure about this?" He replied firmly, "Don't worry, Asher. Just wait. Dad's map is going to light up with another red pin soon enough."
Heavy, deliberate footsteps thundered through the underbrush, and from the darkness Dad emerged, rifle clutched tightly in hand, his eyes blazing with a fervor born from years of chasing an impossible phantom. I cried out, "Hersh! Wait!" Yet in that agonizing, frozen moment, a deafening gunshot tore through the night, a sound so final it stole every breath from me. I bolted forward, Tonto barking furiously at my heels as I raced toward the tragic scene. Under the cold, indifferent glow of the moon, I watched Hersh fall. His elaborate Bigfoot costume collapsed into a lifeless heap amid scattered autumn leaves, the vibrant hope in his eyes dimming into eternal sorrow. Through tear-filled cries, I screamed, "Dad, no! Hersh!" But my anguished plea was swallowed by the vast, unyielding night. For what felt like an eternity, all I could hear was the frantic pounding of my shattered heart. Dad stood there, his face a mask of numb disbelief, a haunting expression that has stayed with me ever since. Then, as if emerging from a stupor, he suddenly snapped awake and called for Mom to dial 911. Everything felt impossibly cold. My brother. Tonto whimpered, gently draping Hersh's arm against his own in a final, tender act.